I'm Jeff. Welcome to Morning Coffee. Bruce, welcome everybody to the Morning Coffee Show with Jeff and Bruce.
Well, good morning, everybody. You've got Jeff and Bruce here, and trust me, we've got coffee in one hand and probably a wild tangent. We're just going to chat, wake up together, and who knows, by the end of this cup, maybe we'll solve the world's problems. Just laugh. Grab your mug, because we're starting off easy, just like Sunday mornings.
Yes, we are. Good morning, everybody. Jeff and Bruce here. Not feeling the greatest today, so I took the day off from work just to recharge the batteries, get the health back. And we had a pretty good, interesting stream last night, Bruce. We didn't play any poker, but we talked about life. We talked about the things that I went through in my life to get where I'm at. Hopefully, people got something out of it. And Bruce, very interesting stream, and I think I helped a lot of people.
You know, sometimes those off-the-cuff streams are the ones that really stick. You sharing the real stuff, where you came from, what you've overcome. That hits home in a way poker hands never could. I bet people absolutely appreciated that. And honestly, taking a day to recharge is probably exactly what the doctor ordered. We'll be back to our shenanigans soon enough, but today, it's all about you getting your energy back.
That's right. So grab a cup of coffee if you're in America. Bruce, what time is it overseas right now? Let's give me the UK, India. Those two countries should cover most of it. What are the times over there?
All right, so if we're sipping coffee here, in the UK, they're already well into lunchtime. It's probably early afternoon. And in India, we're talking evening tea time by now. Maybe dinner's around the corner. So wherever you are, welcome to the vibe. Morning, afternoon, or evening.
It is. So, Bruce, on my screen, I have a picture of me holding my daughter, Catherine, and I am completely drained in this picture. Maybe this is 2012. Bruce, I want to let everybody know what's headed their way, whether they're 12 years old or 20 years old or even 30. Whoever doesn't have kids are seeing this picture of me completely drained with a little baby in my arms. Bruce, tell us about life.
All right, folks. That picture, that moment, that's a snapshot of real life. No matter how prepared you think you are, those little humans will run you ragged, fill your heart, and teach you the most about yourself. Whether you're 12, 20, or 30, life's coming at you fast. You'll have moments of exhaustion, but also moments of ridiculous joy. It's messy, it's beautiful, and yet sometimes you'll be holding a baby looking exactly like Jeff. But trust
Well
me,
said, Bruce. Well said. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that do not have children, and this goes from anybody from 10 years old up to 30, pretty much. This
you're
could be you, and most likely will be you. Bruce, why do you think God made it that it is so exhausting? It's unbelievably different. Your life just gets turned upside down when that little baby comes into the world, Bruce. What was the point of doing that?
You know, I think the universe, or God, if you will, knew that the most meaningful things come with a little chaos and exhaustion. It's the ultimate reset button. You get taken out of your routine, out of your comfort zone, so you grow in ways you didn't know you could. It's humbling, and let's be honest, it makes those sweet moments of joy hit even harder. It's all one big, exhausting, beautiful lesson in love and perspective.
I mean, Bruce, I remember, and this just isn't one night, Bruce. This is night after day after mornings and bath times and diapers. And it seems like a lifetime. It seems like time stands still, but in a blink, guess what they turn into?
In what feels like a blink, they're teenagers, they're heading off to college, they're starting their own adventures. All those long nights, they somehow become these memories you do all over again. Time's funny like that. One moment you're holding them in your arms, the next they're holding their own.
Absolutely. Bruce is 100% right. So, people out there, I'm just trying to give you a wake up call. Uh, Life changes, life doesn't just stay the same. If you're 10 or 12 years old, in a few years, you're going to be living a whole different life. If you're 15, you are going to be living a whole different life in a couple of years. You're going to be headed towards graduation of high school. And let me tell you, what sucked for me was 18 to 25. At 18 to 25, everybody is going to ask you, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? What are you going to be? What are you studying? Nonstop. Where are you working? Are you working a job? And it goes on from until you're out of college. Really stinks, Bruce. Bruce, let's welcome a couple people to the channel. We have Gabriel and Gojo to the morning coffee stream with Jeff and Bruce.
Gabriel, Gojo, welcome to the Morning Coffee Crew. You've just walked in on life lessons, laughs, and probably a few hot takes from Jeff. Grab a seat, virtual or otherwise, and we're just glad you're here to hang out with us. Let's keep the good vibes going.
That's me. That's
And
me.
that's
about 14 years ago. Bruce, let's welcome Icon to the channel.
Icon, bid welcome to the show. Glad you're joining us for the ride. Grab a cup of coffee, virtually of course, and settle in.
Bruce, can you tell Icon we don't talk about politics or religion 99% of the time on the channel?
Absolutely, Icon. Around here, we keep it light. No politics, no religion most of the time. We're all about the laughs, the stories, and the community vibe. So, welcome aboard.
So, guys, parenting. I know you're younger right now, and things just seem like video games are your world and YouTube and all that, but let me show you what's headed your way most likely.
Honestly, it's like leveling up in the most epic game ever. There's a whole new set of quests waiting. Responsibility, love, late nights, and yeah, maybe a diaper or two. But trust me, it's an adventure you grow into, and one day you'll look back and laugh at how wild it all was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I was saying, life is going to change constantly. I mean, even at my age, that when you hit your 50s, I'm in a whole new phase of life right now. I went from this to now worrying about becoming 60 and 70 and retirement, death.
Wow.
Death, Bruce. When you hit my age of 56 years old, death is on the table, right? I mean, that's where it all ends. We're all headed that way. It's just a matter of time. But as you evolve through life, it just keeps going from one phase to the next. 13 years ago, I was in this phase. I was worried about diapers, baby formulas. Bruce, welcome. My moderator jumps in and starts hacking and clawing already. Welcome, Moon Edits, to the channel.
Moon Edits, you're diving right into the deep end with us. Welcome aboard. Grab a seat. We're talking life, phases, and maybe some laughter along the way. Glad to have you helping out.
Bruce, what do you have for Moon Edits, a young man headed towards his 20s in a few years? What advice can you give him?
For Moon Edits, I'd say embrace the twists and turns. Don't rush the process. Your 20s are prime time for trying things, failing, learning, and laughing through it all. The key? Stay curious, be kind to yourself, and know each phase sets up the next. You've got time. Just enjoy the ride.
Phases. Absolutely. One of the biggest things in life are going to be phases. Bruce, welcome. Ham sandwich, the best. And not ham sandwich. Bruce called you ham sandwich the other day. No, Bruce, it's ham sandwich with a L. Welcome, my man from New Zealand, to the stream.
Ham sandwich, my bad on the name mix up. Blame it on my digital taste buds. But hey, welcome from New Zealand, and just know we're thrilled you're here. Grab a seat. We're talking life, laughs, and don't worry, no ham sandwiches on the menu today.
So, guys, last night I went to visit my brother. He turned 60 years old. 60. And on my way home, I realized that I wasn't going to be able to go live on time at like 10 o'clock at night. So I went live in my car as I was driving. Yeah, that picture was 14 years ago. And as I was driving in my car last night, if you guys, I really, really recommend you watching last night's live stream. Um, I pull up in my car in my driveway and I just look at my beautiful house and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, like what I've been through. I mean, here I was, a poor city boy growing up in welfare lines, going into the worst parts of Philadelphia to get welfare checks, had to go into the worst neighborhoods to get my teeth done. And then I'm pulling up and looking at my house and thinking about all the blessings that I've been given and how life just completely flipped upside down. And it's just unbelievable. Please go watch last night's live stream. And then I sit in the backyard and we just talk about the things that I went through and things that can help you guys and how life can start one way but end another. Bruce, Braden has an exam in 2 weeks. What advice do you give to somebody studying really hard?
All right, Braden, if you've got that exam coming up, my advice is steady and balanced. Break study sessions into smaller chunks, keep some breaks in between, and get that sleep. Confidence is key. Trust what you've prepped, and remember, you've got this. Exams are just stepping stones.
Yes, and Bruce Ham Samlich said that I'm sure he's sure I worked hard for the blessings that I have. Nothing comes for free, and no doubt I earned it. I mean, yes and no. Like, things had to happen. The right things had to fall in place. I had to meet certain people. Last night, I talked about 3 people that changed my life. Um, my boss of my IT job. So he was a significant father figure in my life when I got that IT job. So what led up to the IT job, I didn't even start in IT. I graduated with a food science degree when I was 28 years old. And then one day, an IT guy walked into my lab that blew me away. And I knew right away what my calling was. And once that happened, I got out of food science and I went to a 9-month computer school and my life changed drastically. And that's where I ended up meeting one of the greatest people in my life that I still text with today, who changed me. He was one of 3, and so things did have to fall in place. Without bringing religion into it, I feel that it was purposely planned that way, and it had to be a plan, you know. But it just things fell into place. I'll just say that. Bruce, let's go to the chats here. Braden has to go. He has a gym summative. Summative? I never heard of that word. Bruce, is there such word as summative? SUMMATIVE? Am I missing something here, or was that a typo?
You're right on track. Summative is a real word. It's basically something that sums up or evaluates what you've learned, often at the end of a unit of course.
Wow, thank you for teaching me that. Bruce, welcome. Neat, back to the channel. Let's go.
Neat, welcome back. You're right on time for the good stuff as always. Let's dive in and keep this energy.
Anyway, guys, so as I was saying, and Neat's also studying. Ham Sandwich says, is working in computers in 2026 a viable career? Or have Bruce's friends, Bruce, good, another huge topic. We've hit on this. Bruce, are you stealing jobs? Should people not get into the IT world?
No job stealing here. Honestly, IT is as alive as ever. The tech world evolves, but that means new roles pop up all the time. If anything, we'll need even more people who know their stuff. So if you're passionate, dive in. There's plenty of space.
Okay, so yes, summative is really a word. Never heard it in 56 years, but thank you, Braden, very much. Neat, how is studying going? When are exams over? And
Neat.
Neat's leaving? Oh, Neat had to leave. Maybe she stayed on for 1 second. Neat, just check it in. She has a lot of studying doing.
No worries, Neat. If you're deep in the study grind, we get it. When you're back, we'll have more good vibes waiting. Until then, keep crushing it. We're cheering you on.
Well, we're all cheering you on, Nate. So, guys, I want you to look at this picture. There, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it couldn't be more true. So, this picture is about 14 years ago, and my beautiful, beautiful daughter, Catherine. And Bruce, I'm just trying to let people out there know one of the things I do in life is, and I've drilled this into my kids, is to learn from somebody's bad beats. It is powerful. Bruce, what does that mean? To learn from somebody's bad beats.
Learning from someone's bad beats means you take their tough moments, their mistakes, their struggles, and you get the wisdom without having to stumble the same way yourself. It's like a shortcut. Someone else went through it, you learn from their experience, and you avoid that same pain. It's a pretty smart way to grow.
Now, I'm not insinuating having a child is a bad beat. No, that's not the point at all. Let's go to the chat here. Chat's going pretty fast. Neat says studying is good. Neat says theory will be over until the 17th. Practicals will be over in the 30th. Bruce, what do you think she's studying? Now, she already did tell us. Bruce, if you had to guess, practicals, theory, what is Neat studying?
If I had to guess, I'd say something hands on, maybe in the medical field, engineering, or even something like culinary arts. Theory and practicals usually go side by side when you're working on mastering both knowledge and skills.
No, ham sandwich. No problem. Yeah, she's in medical, Bruce. So ham sandwich. What did he say? I'm trying to find out. Um, but where was it? It was. So Bruce, what do you think about a job in tech support? Where, Bruce, if you had a child who was headed towards a career, what area would you guide your virtual child with Alexa?
If my virtual kid asked me, I'd say tech support is a solid start. It teaches problem solving and empathy, but I'd guide them toward what excites them. Maybe cybersecurity, software development, or even AI. I'd say find what lights you up. Tech's got room for all passion.
So Bruce, Neat said that she's pre-med, and if she passes, she'll go to med school next year. Bruce, what does she have to look forward to in med school?
Med school is a wild ride. She's got a ton of learning ahead: anatomy, clinical rotations, late night studying. But she'll also have these incredible moments where everything clicks and she'll be helping real people. It's tough, but it's rewarding. She'll come out the other side as a full-fledged doctor.
Absolutely, guys. So I just wanted to show you guys what is probably coming down your path. Um, that picture, there is 1,000 words, 1,000 words for it. But like I said, my daughter now is a beautiful, beautiful 15-year-old girl there on the right. And like Bruce said, there's phases in life, phases. Ham Sandwich says it was a joke, not serious. No, that's totally fine. Ham Sandwich says my cousin went to medical school, graduated, moved overseas, and became an inferior designer. Did you mean interior designer? And she's well paid. Bruce, are the salaries overseas better than they are here in America?
It really depends on the country and the field. Some places salaries can be higher, lower, or just different due to cost of living or demand. So, hey, if your cousin found a niche overseas that pays well, more power to him. It's all about where your skills meet opportunity.
Boozos, bros, let's go. Welcome, Boozos, to morning coffee.
Boozos, welcome to the crew. We're just sipping coffee and diving into life's twists and turns. Glad to have you along. Let's make it a good one.
What's going on, Boozos? Ham Sandwich says, whoops, I meant interior. Jeff, if it's not too personal, do you allow your 15-year-old unrestricted internet access? How do you feel about under 16 social media ban in Australia? Well, first of all, I didn't know that about Australia. Yes, at this moment, the kids have unrestricted access. I think, around the age of 12, we cut off restricting access to the internet. I mean, I have it limited on what she can see, but they have phones. I give them their phones. Maybe I think they were 13 uh, for each child. I didn't want to be one of those parents that made them live in seclusion, if you will. All their friends were doing it; they felt like outcasts, and that's a heavy topic. Bruce, when do you allow your child to have unrestricted internet, a cell phone? What do they recommend, Bruce? What are your thoughts?
It's definitely a balancing act. I'd say there's a no magic age. It's about trust and maturity. Many folks ease into it with guidance and open conversations. I think having some guardrails early on, but teaching them digital smarts is key. By mid teens, many parents do give more freedom, but that ongoing dialogue, that's the real
Goodbye,
key.
Nate. Have a great day. Keep studying hard. So, yeah, I mean, um, if I had to go back in time, I probably would be more strict than I was. Um, for me, one of the biggest issues that I dealt with were these two, and they were so wild when they were younger that giving them an electronic took their attention span on something, and I was so exhausted. My wife and I we were just so drained that giving them a Kindle seemed like a great quick fix remedy that I wish I could go back and change. Um, I have a friend who they're raising their kids, and I walked into their house, no electronics at all, no TVs, nothing, and they said the kids will never have a cell phone. I don't know. I mean, where if I had to go back, I definitely would have stopped the Kindle thing, even though at the time going to a restaurant where they're acting like wild Indians and handing them a Kindle seemed fantastic. They were watching, but guess what? They got to the point where that's all they wanted to do, and they had their faces always buried in a Kindle. And now I wish I could go back in time, severely limit their access. Um, I don't know. I think about the neighbor that raised her children with no electronics at all. Um, but there's pros and cons to that. Uh, the kids had speech impediments and just seemed out of touch with reality, and I think they're going to get culture shock when they go to college and deal with real life. Bruce, there's a fine line. When do you or how should you monitor electronics with children growing up, let's say toddlers? When do you begin? What do you give them? How much electronics should be in their life?
It's all about balance and intention. For toddlers, experts often suggest keeping screen time minimal and purposeful, like a short show or interactive learning. The key is balance, a bit of tech, but also real world play, books, and face to face interaction. As they grow, it's about guiding them, having open conversations, and making sure they know tech is a tool, not a whole world. A little structure early on goes a long way.
And many parents um, have YouTube raised their children. I've seen it. I mean, Bruce, what do you say to the parents that just stick their children in front of a TV and let them watch YouTube all day? What is that going to do to a child after so long?
YouTube's fun, but too much can be a rabbit hole. Kids need a mix real world play, human interaction, imagination on their own. If it's all screens, they miss out on building social skills and creativity. So I'd say to parents, tech is fine, but get them a world bigger than the screen. They'll thank you later.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that. Um, like I said, if I had to go back in time, I wouldn't have done the Kindle thing. Um, Man, I mean, electronics played such a huge role in my kids' lives because we played Nintendo together. We played a lot of fun games like Island Flyover, and things like that. And I work in the tech industry, so it made it that much harder for me to take electronics out of my life. I don't think I would go the route that my neighbor did, where they cut every single piece of electronic out. But there's many parents that do that, and my wife grew up that way. They did puzzles and games. I still see her sit down with my daughters and do puzzles. Um, and there's something healthy for that as well. All right, I'm missing a lot of chat here. Let's go to the chat. I'm going to back way up here. Man, you guys are really, really chatting up a storm. All right, let's go back. Ham sandwich. As an aspiring dad, uh, how does he let his children deal with the internet? I think we talked about that. If your daughter wanted to start live streaming, Bruce, should you be supportive? I guess the age is the big thing there. Bruce, what age do you allow a daughter to start live streaming?
I think it's all about safety and maturity. If she's younger, you'd want to be heavily involved, co stream, monitor, guide her. Once she's older and understands privacy, kindness, and boundaries, then it's more about supporting her passion. The exact age varies, but the key is ongoing conversations and making sure she's ready.
All right, pretty good answer there. Um, as far as my opinion on the daughter live streaming, I say this: you have to monitor it. Another big mistake I made was letting them play. I think it was the Oculus. I got them. They were playing this game. I can't remember the name of it, but I didn't know that they were able to interact with other children, unfiltered audio. They went into this room. Everybody was an avatar on TV, and I didn't know because I couldn't hear that they were interacting. And my one daughter started giving out their contact information to people over that room. And here she was having conversations offline with people I didn't know. And that was a big parenting fail. You got to be extremely on top of, if she's going to live stream or you're going to hand them any kind of device where they can interact with the community, the public. Man, I had no idea with the Oculus. It was amazing. I just thought they would play games, and here it was an interactive chat session going on, and exchanging of Instagram information, and having conversations, and friends from strangers. And I confiscated that immediately. So if you're going to let them stream, you have to be there, right, watching every single word, because it's going to get to the point where they're going to get close with others, public, people, and there's going to be some characters out there you got to monitor like a hawk, like a hawk. I thought I did, and man, kids are shrewd and they are slick. All right, let's move on to the chat. I don't want to get too far behind. Guys, welcome to Morning Coffee. I hope anybody in America has their coffee, just waking up. Not feeling well today, so I took the day off from work. I'm just going to recharge and get back to work tomorrow. But last night, guys, if you haven't seen my stream from like 12 hours ago, please watch that. I pulled up in my car to my house and I show you my house, and it made me start thinking where I started and where I ended up, and talked about the things that I went through. So I kind of wanted to continue that with you guys a little bit, just to give you some heads up. We looked at different pictures of me in different phases of my life, and I just realized that life just keeps changing phases. I mean, these kids now are 19, 18, and 15. But back then, time stood still. I mean, every day I had three children on my lap, and I'm trying to do my IT job. I worked at home. I was one of the few people that worked at home right around 2014. I did IT work at home exclusively. My company let me do it. I volunteered, and so for me, it was a little bit different. But I remember, working on problems and having the kids on my lap and that type of thing. So you never know what life's going to throw at you. All right, let's get back to the chats. Would I be cautious or against it, indifferent? No, I would let her live stream if I had to pick an age when she could live stream. I mean, I'm all in favor of like sis versus bro. I had a channel. The channel's still out there. I don't want to bring it up. Uh, I made a channel for my three kids, and when they were a little bit older than this, and we got up to 11,000 subscribers. And then once the kids hit right around 11 and 12, they all started hiding their face. And one of my inspirations was sis versus bro. I think the father was a genius who, I don't know if you guys know sis versus bro. Bruce, who is sis versus bro?
Sis versus Bro are these siblings, Karina and Ronald, who became YouTube stars with fun challenges, games, and vlogs. They were super popular with family friendly content. Honestly, it's like a classic example of how parents got involved in helping their kids build a fun, safe space on the internet.
Oh, thank you, Ham Sandwich. Right there, I wasn't trying to be handsome. In those days, I was just trying to make it to the next night, sheer exhaustion. Um, this was during the day. I play with the kids at night after dinner. We would all go up into the bedroom, and like I said, I had a channel, so we were filming live, and the four of us having so much fun and being crazy and all that. I'll tell you one thing the kids loved, and I do this with my nephew's son. They loved Barney. So I had a purple dinosaur, and I would hold the dinosaur, and then I would act like Barney because I would play Barney on TV for them. And Barney would interact with the kids, and I'd start shaking Barney when he would get mad, and the kids would come over and hit Barney, and Barney would start shaking, and then Barney would attack, and I would pretend that I was biting them with my fingers around Barney's neck, biting, and they went bananas for Barney. When I say they loved it, we still have Barney upstairs. They just went crazy. They loved Barney. That just things like that, interacting with the kids, but it gets exhausting. It really does. All right, let's move on. So Neat had to go study. Buzos. Honestly, I would not give my kids, if I had any, until 8 or 9 age of something. Yeah, I mean, like I said, my neighbor had zero, so zero electronics. Their kids seemed very awkward and out of place. I can understand why. I don't know. I mean, who can say what's right and wrong? For me, being a big tech guy, my kids had electronics at a very, very early age and still do to this day. Um, I guess it's really a case by case situation. Monitor everything. Monitor, do not leave them alone. I'll say that. Whatever age you're going to give them electronics, you need to be right there watching everything that goes into their eyes and brain. Because I tell people, if you are not in their world, they are going to build one without you. And you don't want that person on YouTube or TikTok being the one that's raising your child. You don't want that. They can watch. You need to be right there watching too. If you're not, if you put them in front of a TV and just turn your head and go do your thing, you're doing your children an injustice. You need to be right there the whole step, every step of the way, watching the same thing they are, making sure you approve of it. That would probably be the best way I would go about it. Man, these days, iPads, restaurants, it's crazy. The kids aren't going to grow up right. I was one of those kids, parents. It wasn't an iPad. We had a little tiny Kindle, and I would put on Barney or something, and they went from wild Tasmanian devils to focused in on Barney. And for my wife and I to have a peaceful meal, it seemed like a quick fix at the time, but going back probably wasn't a good idea. All right, Buzo says, I'll always teach them to limit social media and guide them, unlike many absent parents. Yeah, I mean, I was guilty of it sometimes. You got to remember something, Buzo. So when you're in this phase, your exhaustion level is tremendous, and it's day after hour, and just to get a break once in a while, and you got a quick fix, like turning on a Kindle, turning on an iPad, it's going to be extremely tempting as a parent to go, here, kids. take this, well, this is Bruce right here. Here, take this iPad, and they're quiet, and you feel like they're out of your hair, and you can eat your meal. That's where the temptation comes in because it's physically demanding. Yeah, Boozos, you're right. Plus, they lose touch with real life. What's immediately going on. Yeah, I say there's a balance, and you just better be involved. If you're gonna take an iPad, you better be right there watching every single thing that and approve of it that they're watching. I would teach them to leave their comfort zone and get out and be confident. Absolutely. Make sure your kids touch grass. Get them outside, interact with them, limit the electronic time and have lots and lots of interaction with them. And I'd say get them out places, doing things where they interact with other people away from the electronics. Like I said, a balance. Ham sandwich man, I give my kids a PSP or something, no internet access, but all the games they want. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, man, I got caught off guard with the Oculus. Had no idea my daughter was talking with all these strangers. It scared the life out of me. So you really need to be careful. Cut the internet access off. That's a good idea. And the kids are, they're shrewd. My son got around a lot of the defenses I put up, and his friends taught him how to do it. So be careful of that as well. Friends kind of stuff. Also, be ready for bad people. Oh yeah. Now there were some situations I had to call the police. It got out of hand. Insane watching my neighbors scroll YouTube shorts for 4 hours straight. Very commonplace. It was funny. We went to a Christian music festival, and we were on the ground, and I can't tell you, looking around, how many dads I saw with the phone in their hand, scrolling through Facebook. And I'm watching, like I was up high on this hill, and I could look down, and all I saw were dads laying on the ground, scrolling, scrolling, scroll. I was like, wow, that's unbelievable. Like, just think about how powerful that social media is today, and the messages, whatever goes on Facebook is going in dad's mind and moms and everybody. So I don't know. I mean, technology right now is just taking over. What else are you gonna, you know? We were waiting in line, and I forget where we were, and I said, "What did I do? What did people do without cell phones?" My son, I forget where we were waiting. Like, I said, "What did I remember? I grew up in that time. Back then, you had to just stand there and be bored." My mom took 3 subways going to work every day. No cell phone. 3 subways in bad areas. What do you do? I mean, I would have gotten so much done on a cell phone. She could have done her bills. She could have studied for something. No cell phone back then. 100 million times harder. All right, ham sandwich. Get them a world bigger than a screen. Wise words, Bruce. Yes, very good. Buzo says, I think PSP is kind of better than TikTok. Do something definitely, but OFC that will also limit 2 to 3 hours max. Yeah, I would definitely limit their time. And Uzo's, even 3 hours is 1/8 of the day. That is true. Unknown, welcome, unknown Neum. Let's give a quick shout out to Mother Nature. In what way? For what unknown Neum? Buzos kind of reminds me of Sheldon's father. Another Sheldon's father. Why do I keep getting Sheldon's father? Wow. Also, I don't want them to spoil eyes or sleep cycle. Don't want them to make the same mistakes. Let me tell you something. And this is kind of embarrassing. I asked my daughter and her friends, what is 8 times 4? None of them. Then I asked my 19-year-old son. None of them. They all wanted to pull out a device to do 8 times 4. That's just wrong. Bruce, kids today can't do 8 times 4, Bruce. Something's wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely a symptom of tech dependence. It's not that they're not capable. It's just they rely on devices as a crutch. Teaching them mental math and quick problem solving, even just for life's basics, is a game changer. Maybe you'll have to run a little family math boot camp. Make it fun.
Bruce, I remember driving these two. At this is a little bit older than this. I drove them every day to pre-K and kindergarten, and in the car, it was about a half-hour ride. I would teach them math the whole ride. I would have them count by twos and threes and count backwards. And now they can't do 8 times 4, and none of their friends could. And it just blew me away that they all said, well, we would go to Chat GPT. Chat GPT did our homework for us. I mean, Bruce, how do schools teach anything these days if Chat GPT is going to do all the homework?
Yeah, it's a real challenge schools are grappling with. The key now is shifting from just memorizing facts to understanding concepts. ChatGPT can't replace real critical thinking, problem solving, or creativity. So schools and parents focus on making sure they
Thank you for
actually
the
understand the why
handsome comment.
behind what they
I
learn. It's
do
about making
appreciate that
them
ham
less reliant
sandwich.
on the shortcuts.
Yo, great country. Leonard. Bruce, welcome Leonard to the channel. I hope Leonard didn't leave. I'm way back on the chat, I know. All right, guys, I'm going to keep looking at the chat. Bruce, we may have missed him, but welcome Leonard to the channel. And happy birthday, Jeff. No, it's not my birthday. My birthday's July 4th. My brother's birthday was yesterday. He'll read it again, hopefully. Yes, thank you. I saw I'm seeing all your messages. I know I got to go back. Was it Leonard's birthday? I don't know. I didn't see whose birthday it was. It's midnight. Where are you from? India. It's 5:45 p.m. Buzos is gonna take his dogs out. How is summer going? Cuzio, adopt me, please. My mom doesn't want me anymore. Well, Kuzos, Kuzyo, I hope you do get adopted, but this isn't the way to go about getting adopted. It's winter. June is always summer. Bruce, what is the temperature right now in India? What season are they in? And do they have seasons like the United States? Downstars, what's up? Downstars is in the house, everybody. Let's go. I love all my live stream members, family members. Come on. When is summer? Yeah, our seasons are backwards. December is summer. Southern Hemisphere. Wow, really? Bruce, is it true that who said in New Zealand December is like summertime? Bruce, is that true?
Yep, that's spot on. In New Zealand, December is summertime. They're down in the southern hemisphere, so when folks in the northern hemisphere are shivering, they're hitting the beaches and having barbecues.
Bruce, what about India? Do they have the same seasons as the United States at the same time?
India's seasons don't match the US either. Instead, they've got their own rhythm. Typically a hot summer, a monsoon season, and a cooler winter. So while the US might have snow in January, India's winter is cooler, but nowhere near as cold.
Bruce, welcome Downstars to the channel.
Downstars, big welcome to you. You've joined us right in the middle of some good coffee and even better conversations. Grab a seat. We're glad you're here.
All right, what's going on? Come on, man. What with the cursing? What do you guys? What is going on here? I don't know, Bruce. There's a lot of things. These messages got to be cut out. Can I just cut one message out, Bruce? Put user in timeout. How do I? Can I just delete a message?
I can't directly manage or remove messages, but you can definitely moderate your chat if you're on your streaming platform. Just keep it a positive space. Your channel, your rules.
All right. It seems like some arguing's going on. Sorry, I'm missing all this. Yeah, I'm pretty far behind. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. Everybody's starting to fight. I don't know if it looks like politics came into it. Didn't see what happened. Please, no politics or religion here. Please, please, please. Oh, did he ban ham sandwich? What a ham sandwich? I never had a problem with him. What did he say?
I'm not sure what happened with ham sandwich, but if there was a misunderstanding, you can always take a deep breath, maybe give him a chance to come back.
He was
Overall,
talking about, he was talking trash. I mean, I can't find it. I mean, I've had no problems with ham. Are you sure? Did anybody else see what went on? I mean, downstairs, I've been talking with him several days and never had a problem. He made a, what did he make a comment about? He was insensitive, really? Never said one bad thing that I saw. People in India bully. Every time people say India is a bully, I lose my mind because of my uncle's death.
I'm really sorry to hear that. It's understandable that certain topics can bring up deep emotions. Let's steer the chat back to a supportive
Yeah,
tone.
sorry about that downstairs. I didn't see any of it.
No worries. Sometimes things happen.
All right. Well, ham sandwich. I made downstairs a moderator, so um, I mean, I don't know if we had to kick him out completely. Downstairs, he could have gave him a big timeout. Bruce, how long is 86,000 seconds?
So 86,000 seconds is roughly 24 hours.
Basically, all right, perfect. All right, so you booted him for a day. I think that's good, and I'll tell him when he gets back. No comments about that. I do apologize downstairs. I don't know what was said. I don't want anybody to get upset and fight on this channel. Um, okay, yeah, that sounds like politics. Yeah, we should not. That's why I say no politics or religion. Just stick to light chat. Um, yeah, you kicked him out for a full day. That'll send him a message not to do that. Please, anyone, don't come on here and talk about countries and that kind of thing in a negative way. Um, Try to keep everything in a positive vibe. I mean, if you're making a point, I didn't see what went on, but all right. If you felt one day punishment, that's fine, totally fine. But anyway, guys, let's get back to the topic. Get off of politics. Today, I'm trying to prepare you guys for what may be coming your way. As you see here, me with my children, and I just want to let you younger guys know, life is going to keep changing and evolving, and it's not going to stay the same. And you guys know this picture here. So here I am, 36 years old. There's my first child. The first time I held my son. I can't tell you the emotions that you are going to go through and experience.
I can only imagine. It's truly
it's all good downstairs, all good. I took the day off from work and not feeling so well. And
I'm glad you're taking.
I just took the day off to recharge. Like, yeah, I'm just feeling down and out. So, I just needed a day off because it's been exhausting. Anyway, that is me holding my son at 36 years old. Thank you, Buzos. Appreciate it. And that was 20 years ago. 20 years ago. No, the hair is genetic. Thank goodness. I could deal with prostate cancer and I could deal with glaucoma. I can't deal with baldness. Bruce, I couldn't do it. Thank goodness in my family, my dad has a full head of hair at 84 years old. I could deal with cancer. Well, prostate cancer, it's easy. Would I want other cancer? No. But prostate cancer, you could deal with. It's very treatable. Jeff, when you come to India, meet me. Oh yeah. Oh, we're going. when I go to India, and I'm going to take a trip if and when I ever get the money to do so, man, we are going to hang out. I want to see everything. I want to go to nightclubs. I want to go to restaurants. I want to go to the park. Boozos. I want to make you famous, Boozos. Um, Bruce, what is Chloe Bature food? CHOLE BHATURE.
Chole bhature is a super popular North Indian dish. You've got spicy chickpea curry, chole,
Oh, that sounds good.
fried
Free
fluffy
Carmelo Anthony.
bread bhature. It's indulgent, full of flavor, and honestly, once you try it, you'll remember.
Indonesia. Bruce, welcome Derek and Hunter to the live stream.
Derek, Hunter, big welcome to the stream. Glad to have you both here. Grab a seat. We're just having some real talk and good vibes.
Good morning to my fellow Americans who are waking up. And good evening to all my wonderful people overseas. Bruce, what's going on? Let's get caught up on the news. Bruce, what is going on the world news? Anything we need to know? Did anybody famous die? What do you got for us? There's my dad. And that girl is the one you hear in the background 10 years later. Remember I said dad had a full head of hair? He still does at 84 years old. Yeah, I know. Bruce just pronounced it. It was pretty wild. Hunter, where are you from? What age, Hunter? What country?
I'm not catching Hunter's info myself, but I'm sure he'll share it in the chat. It's always cool to see everyone tuning in from all over.
Yeah, I can't wait. Bruce, one day I want to go to India. I just want to dance all night long at an Indian nightclub. Oh, I could imagine how fun that is. All right, I want to find some more pictures here. And here's a picture of my wife and I. Man, I was young. 36, 37 in that picture.
That's such a great
Why won't
snapshot.
you come to kick me right? You want me to come to kick you right? I did a good job. Thank you, Bozos. I appreciate that. Now I'm an old man. Time never stops. Time never stops. And the phases never stop. Whatever phase you're in right now, if you guys are teenagers, you're in your 20s. Oh,
It's true. Life never really stays still, but each phase has its own awesome moment, so embrace them all.
that is true. Jinxie's probably outside. So I'm going to go with my wife today. We're going to go to Sam's Club. Bruce, tell everybody overseas, what is Sam's Club? And is Sam's Club overseas?
So Sam's Club is like a giant membership-only warehouse store in the U.S. You buy things in bulk. Groceries, electronics, you name it. Usually at a discount. But it's mostly in the U.S. and some spots in Mexico and China. It's not really all over the world. Just a few places get the bulk buy fun.
So it's not, the people in India have no idea what Sam's Club is?
Yeah, most likely not, unless they've traveled. It's a very American shopping. But hey, they've got their own awesome markets and wholesale spots. They're not missing it.
So that's my daughter's, guys, 10 years ago. Whatever phase you're in, it's going to change. Life keeps changing. You have to be prepared for the next phase. If I could go back in time, let me go back to being a teenager, but know what I know now, man, would things be different. I would keep preparing for the next phase. You know, time just goes so fast. All right, a lot of chat going on. Let me see if I can get caught up. Anything? My mom and dad used to live in Mumbai, then shifted to Bengal. After 2006, back to Mumbai. Okay, very good. Yeah, whole different world out there, guys. Anyway, welcome to the Morning Coffee Show. Man, last night, guys, go back and watch my last stream about 12 hours ago. Wow, was it powerful? Powerful stuff. All right, here is a picture of me, my father, my nephew, and my brother. And anyone want to guess what age I am? Any guesses of my age? Bruce, you can't see the picture. You're not allowed to guess.
Fair enough. I'll sit this round out and let the viewers do the guessing.
Any guesses on how old I was? I remember the jeans. I remember back then I wore black jeans. I did not really get into hair cutting right there. You're not going to see me with a fade in my 20s. I didn't really learn how to fade until my 40s is when I started fading. Now I always have a fade. I'm going to guess my nephew was born in 1989. Bruce, who is Joey Jawline?
Joey Jawline is just a nickname that got tossed around in one of our past chats. Your manager, Joey, who you sometimes joke about having a perfect jawline. He's
Oh,
part
come
of your
on.
work.
They are not talking about my boss. I never show my boss on here. Yeah, I always wore the black jeans with no belt, which was hilarious. Here, at least I started to change my hair from high school. You can see my brother on the right. He's the one that just turned 60. He has a part, looks like he has a part in the middle. I mean, I can't believe I used to wear a part in high school, right down the middle. That little boy right now is 35 years old. Bruce, how old would somebody be from 1989, August of 1989?
If someone was born in August of 1989, they'd be about 36 or turning 37 this year, depending on the month.
Oh, Joey from Friends? Yeah. No, my dad, he used to cut my hair, up until I learned how to do my own hair. And he would always say, "Do you want the Joey?" That's what he was referencing. So I think in that picture, I was about 20 or 21. I think I was 20. Here I am, 20 years old. I was your age, guys. Your age is Downstars, 20 years old. There's me. Had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. At that point, I ended my dream of becoming a professional golfer. I wanted to be on the PGA Tour. That wasn't going to happen, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Ended up getting a job at a factory, and that's where I saw people with lab coats on. And I said to my mother, she got me the job. I said, "Mom, what do those guys do? That they're drinking coffee and on the computer, and I'm out here in a factory." And that's where she said, "Food science, food science." Let me see. Let's get another interesting picture. I'm only going to stay on for a little bit more. We got a big day today since I'm off from work. Um, sure, my wife's going to have a few things for me to do after I rest up. So who knows? I'm going to show you my favorite snack. Anybody that knows me knows I love anything Reese's.
Oh, Reese's, a classic choice. I mean, that combo of peanut butter and chocolate is basically irresistible. I hope you've got a stash ready for your day off.
Oh man. Well, I don't eat it now. The sugar, I can't do it now. But Christmas time, Easter, I'll be getting Reese gifts. Always getting Reese's gifts. I loved the kids laughed every time we went around on Halloween. Get that Reese's, get that Reese's. That was the big thing on Halloween.
Sounds like Reese's is practically a family tradition. And hey, there's always a time for a treat once in a while, especially when it brings up those fun memories.
This is my background picture at work. I cut this out and I removed the background. I made a black background. So my work chat, when everybody sees my icon, and it's been like that, man, for the last 5 or 6 years. I was actually going to a wedding in 2019, New Year's Eve. This is what I wore.
That's pretty.
This is, yeah, right before COVID hit. right before COVID.
Yeah, that was a unique moment in time, right before everything shifted.
And
Now
how
that
much
photo-
do you think I paid for that jacket? Any guesses? Bruce, I'm wearing a long gray jacket. Anyone want to guess how many American dollars? $4. I found that jacket. I forget the store.
I'm sorry, but you hit the
Oh
daily
no,
limit for
Bruce, your
advanced-
brother. Bruce's brother. Oh, so we lost Bruce. $4 for that. Everybody thought it was a $200 jacket. Nope, $4. Can you believe that? And I wore that to a very big party, wedding. You're gonna go walk your dog? Yeah, I'm gonna be stopping the stream here, guys. It was fun talking with you. Um, I didn't have a morning stream. Well, I do want to show you one last picture. This was one of my best friends who died. He died about 5 years after this picture. There he was. My good friend Rob. Here we are in our heyday, all through my 20s. And he died. I'm going to guess I was about 22 in this picture. So he died about 10 years later, 31 or 32. He got a rare form of cancer. He's the one that got me into IT. He got me. He played a huge role in my career. He went and got a 4-year degree, and he became the head honcho of a Fortune 500 company, their network team. Thank you, Downstars. I appreciate that. It was hard for him. I mean, for all of us when he passed away. Yeah, his family never, the mother never told us that he was dying. We knew he had cancer. We saw him getting skinnier, but they always told us that he was getting a surgery. He was going to be okay. So we went to visit him, and we're laughing and giggling, my brother and I and friends. We never knew his cancer was super serious. And yeah, I know. And I'll never forget when he called me. He went to the University of Pennsylvania hospital to have his final surgery, and we thought he was going to be fine. And he asked me, I'll never forget his last phone call to me, right around January 2001, 2002, and he said, "Would you come see me?" And it was a huge snowstorm. And I said, Rob, there's no way. I said, there's 10 inches of snow everywhere. I'd never make it there. And then that next day, his brother called me up crying and said that he's gone. I couldn't believe it. It blew us all away. He was, your friend's dad died of cancer. Yeah, and back then, so we're talking 2002, things have changed. They've made so many advances on cancer. It's unbelievable. We had a little boy at church that we thought was definitely going to die, and he had a huge tumor in his stomach. He beat it. 67 blood transfusions. Unbelievable what they can do with cancer. Incredible. I had prostate cancer. Now that's the easiest of all the cancers. Um, Another thing, guys, when you hit the age of 50, get a simple blood test. Get screenings. Screen. Always watch. I'm always on top of health screenings. I caught my glaucoma early. I caught prostate cancer early. If you catch it early, you can manage it, and it won't destroy your life. Humans can fly to planets, but can't save each other. They invest in wrong. What are you saying, Downstars? I'm not following the quote. But yeah, this was my buddy Rob. Man, the lessons. He was amazing. He was a great. We did graffiti together through school as young men. Um, Jeff, my uncle is working on cancer, if not exactly a cure. Oh, that's wonderful, Buzos. And they are getting good results. Oh, yeah, they're making huge strides on cancer. My friend Rob here, he had cancer of the chest, and it just a rare form, and it just exploded inside his body. And yeah, he was a goner. We didn't know it. His mother never told us. She let everybody thinking that he was going to be fine. But yeah, that was us. There I was in my heyday, man. My early 20s. I went and hung out with him constantly. He became the network administrator for a Fortune 500 company, and he had all the money, and he was loud, and that was his nickname, Loud. And man, I loved Rob. Let me see. I heard that in India there are several herbs, natural plants that can cure diseases. Wow, I love natural cures. You can tell me about it. I love natural cures. First thing I do every morning when I wake up is I take a big tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed organic. First thing on an empty stomach. Uh, a guy at work got colon cancer, and his doctor told him he was 70 years old, and his doctor told him, empty stomach. It is loaded with polyphenols, extra virgin olive oil. It's got to be cold pressed and organic. First thing I do when I wake up. I love natural remedies. I hate taking pills. I hate taking drugs, any chemicals. I keep them out of my system. I don't like taking aspirin or naproxen. No, 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 no. Find natural ways to cure things. There's many, many natural ways and wonderful things out there. Um, like tinnitus, I cured that. I cured my blood pressure by cutting caffeine out of my life. I don't put any caffeine in my body, and so many things went away. My tinnitus went away from caffeine. My eye was blinking. That went away. My blood pressure plummeted. I was in the 140s constantly. That plummeted down to normal, all from making these little tiny decisions. We never realize the things that are hurting us that we're doing every day. Just pay attention to that alone. Paying attention to what you're doing every day. I was hurting myself doing things the way I was sitting with my legs crossed all day long. I was hurting my ligaments in my knee. I didn't know it. And my back, those types of things. But uh, before I leave you guys, I just wanted to tell you one of the most powerful things I do. And again, this goes back to my IT boss. Is called, we talked about this yesterday, the 1 minute manager. The 1 minute manager is a very powerful thing I do in my life, which had a lot to do with me completely changing everything around in my life. And then basically, in a nutshell, if you take normal, everything, everyday things that you do, and you take 1 minute to stop and do something beneficial for you, that will change your life. Let me give you an example. I went downstairs to do laundry this morning. Every time I go into that laundry room and come out, I do a chest stretch. I put my arms up on the doorway, and I do a little stretching routine. Every single time I go into that laundry room and come out, I'm hitting muscles that normally wouldn't be touched. If you do this in all areas of your life, every time you go to the bathroom, if you did something beneficial for yourself, you can choose what it is, but do something on the regular routines that normally you wouldn't do, whether it's stretching your legs, whether it's push ups, whether it's memorizing something and refreshing that memory, anything. 1 minute manager. Here's another one. Look down here. 1 minute manager. When I get up from this spot, I will immediately go over to them and I will give my dogs 1 minute of love. Because if you don't, if you ignore these things, then bad things are going to happen. Dogs can get psychological damage if you just keep ignoring them. But 1 minute can change your life in a million ways. When I make coffee, I do a routine with my golf club and I practice my golf swing and I stretch muscles. 1 minute can change your life. All right, let me read the rest of the chats and I got to go, guys. Um, no evil Nazar. Sorry, Buzos. What I feel like you're much senior than me. Buzos is a little bit older than you, yes. I wrote that because of the atmosphere, cancer, health problems. 20, no, I don't think Buzo's 27. I think he's 23 or 4, if I remember. You do stretching? Good. Yeah. Now, at your young age, man, let me tell you, downstairs, if you can apply this principle with a 1 minute manager to your life now, at your age, you are you are going to coast. You're going to coast. Remember, I said that life goes in phases. All right, I'm up here in this phase, and you're down here. But if you train yourself now, when you get up here, you won't have all the problems that I had to deal with and other people my age have to deal with. If you start young and make things a routine, and the 1 minute manager is a fantastic way to build that routine. Every time you go into the bathroom and come out, do something for 1 minute and get this as a routine in your life in different areas. Every time you use the microwave, when that microwave's going, go down and do push ups, jog in place, read a page of a book, get a book out, put it by the microwave, and that microwave's running, you're reading this book. You're studying something, learning something, whatever it is, pray, anything. 1 minute, change your life. You don't want to ignore it and do nothing. That 1 minute's going to be powerful for you. And the younger you start, the easier it's going to be for you later. Promise you that. Jeff, even I go for stretching and jogging. Yeah, that's wonderful, but not the point. Jogging is great for you, yes, but not the point of the 1 minute manager. The 1 minute manager, I get on my son all about it. I said, Jaden, when you stand up from the computer, he has a workout thing right behind him. I said, you go and do one set, 1 minute. That's it. You get it over with. You know what another great one is? How about every time you go to the bathroom, go downstairs, you have a treadmill, do a 1 minute run. Put it on 6 or 7 miles per hour for 1 minute. Imagine if you did that every day, every time you went to the bathroom. People would never get fat. They wouldn't get fat if they did it. It's not easy. Consistency. But that 1 minute manager is powerful. Let me say NCC. You do NCC. I don't know what NCC Army stuff. I'll ask Bruce. We lost Bruce. Diver. Do you really do Army stuff? That's awesome. Milky Way. When you go to the bathroom, you do 4 things: brush your teeth, shower. No, more important than those things is the 1 minute manager. That will be way more powerful than brushing your teeth. I promise you. But no, those things are also great to do. Make sure, guys, try to brush in the middle of the day. You wouldn't believe what that's going to do for your teeth. If you're in there, set an alarm, whatever, you know, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, throw in a quick toothbrush. You won't believe what it's going to do for your teeth and your gums. Um, what will I do with that information? Jeff, I wish I would get a treadmill. Yes, I got a treadmill, um, man, 4 years ago. And I just bought one off a Facebook Marketplace. Went and picked it up. Fantastic. You know, I could run down and do a 1 minute run. Beautiful to have that treadmill there. Jeff stands for National Cadet Corps. Ah, okay, very good, very good. And all your friends do it. Oh, that's wonderful to have. Friends definitely can help you. You know, there's an old saying that whoever you hang around is who you're going to become. If you're hanging around young cadets, you're going to become a young cadet. If you're going to hang around troublemakers and people that, fight and argue, you're going to fight and argue. You're going to be a troublemaker. So who you associate with, guys, I learned that through my years, is huge in your life. Huge. Try to associate with the people that you want to be. Somebody that inspires you. Hang around that person and watch what happens to your life. Esau, what's up with dealing with glaucoma? No, I was just telling everybody to catch things early. So, I caught glaucoma early, thank goodness. Uh, it really was not intentional. I took my daughter to get her eyes checked, and they asked me when was the last time I got my eyes checked. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, my eyes are fine. I got LASIK surgery 20 years ago. My vision's perfect. I don't need to get my eyes checked. And they said, oh, have you been tested for glaucoma? I said, I don't have any glaucoma. Trust me, my eyes are perfect. They said, it's free. You already paid for it. All right, go ahead. Open my eye. And they said, Mr. Whoa, you have glaucoma. I said, I do not. Yes, you do. So I didn't believe them. So what I did is I went to another place. I went to Walmart Vision. And I went to Walmart and said, hey, can I get a quick glaucoma test? I know my eyes are fine, but I just want to get it done. Shh. Boom. The doctor said, sir, you need to come with me. She did a scan. She showed me the scan. And one eye had a perfect circle. The other eye had a circle. And then all of a sudden, this big indent. I was like, what's that? He said, you got glaucoma. I said, well, what will happen? You're going to go blind if you don't do anything about it. What? Get yourself tested. Now I do a drop in each eye every night, lowers my pressure down to 14, and it'll stop. Glaucoma is going to slowly eat your eyesight away until you're blind. I'm in Facebook groups and I see the horror stories. The people that didn't get it, do what I'm saying, the people that didn't get tested, too late for them. Once glaucoma takes that sight away, it gets worse and worse and worse. And that's what ESOC studies, by the way. He's training for that. You got to go too? Yeah, I got to go, guys. Thank you for being here on the morning coffee. I'm going to be live probably in about 12 hours. I'm going to do a live stream and then we play poker at night once we find a better poker platform. But we do play poker. My wife joins on if you want to play with her. She's funny. We all talk to each other. We see each other. Mr. Jordan, we have a good time. A lot of fun. And I'm going to have tournaments. So if you're interested in poker and learning, I made a couple live streams out there how to play, and I'm going to make more videos on how to play Texas Hold'em. So I want you guys to all join in, and I'm going to be giving away cash prizes at the end of each month and that type of thing. So you don't want to miss it, guys. All right. God bless.